Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 6 of Barstool Bitcoin. Say hello to the boys. We got Trader Weil Rajab.
What's up? What's up? Hope you guys are doing well. My pleasure to be here.
And we got our boy Kraser, who makes his second appearance on the show. He's on again today. Should we give them the news, or Kraser, you want to do the honors?
Yeah, I'll give him the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been signed to an episode-to-episode contract here, and seemed to like what I brought last time, so I'm back again.
Yep, you're on a two-way deal, so you could get sent down at any time. So make sure you bring the heat over here, boys. What's been happening?
Bring the heat.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I mean, shit, we're trying to get it going here. There's a couple big stories that happened since we last spoke, but first let's talk about our over-under predictions. While I think we both went over and we were both right. So.
You were both 100% right. It's definitely a nice increase, giving me a little bit of anxiety. I really got to get in this game, boys.
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
It's the time to jump in right now because I still think it's going to be over. You're going to see over every week, over and over again, and you're gonna just feel sorry that you didn't jump in.
So I guess
trust me, I already feel sorry this week. So next week,
now's the time. Now's the time to. It's better than any. I guess we'll do the over under for next week. Bitcoin's sitting at 81.39, 81.40 US dollars. On where is this? This is on Coinbase. What do we think for next week, early next week? We looking at the over or the under? I'll go first since you went first last time. I'm going to take the over as well. I know I've been pretty bearish still, but I still think it's going to stay pretty steady, but I'm looking to see like 8,300, maybe 8,200, just slightly over for next week.
I agree, honestly. I think we're going to be over. I've been opposite. I've just been super bullish every time and said over. I think that we're going to keep going up and hopefully we can get into the nines, start touching the nines, so make everybody happy. You know, when the Bitcoin price goes up, like the whole crypto market starts like reviving. You start seeing more memes like all over Facebook. It starts growing again. Everybody starts, promoting that shit. Well, also in big news, I wanted to share that Kim Kardashian actually accepted her first Bitcoin last night at a poker tournament.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. She's got a ton of followers. She posted it. It was Matt Rozak who was holding the tournament, and he gave her like a physical Bitcoin. I guess it's valid for actually redeeming a Bitcoin, or maybe it's one of his, but at the end of the day, it probably bumped the price enough to make it worth it if he just gave it to her. She's got how many? She got like 20 million followers on her Instagram, something like that.
Yeah, and all her sisters put together and all her family. I wouldn't be surprised if these girls came out with their own coin. Not sure what it'd be called or what it would serve.
The easy coin.
Yeah,
easy coin.
Easy coin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, throw Kanye in it too. It would be a pretty bumping coin. You'd get a lot of kids and girls.
You get a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who come out and start talking about crypto, I think, especially during this next bull run, and as it gets easier and faster to create your own token, people are going to hop on and tokenize their own economy, their own community. It's probably like one of the best ways to bring mainstream adoption, like Kardashian coin, you know what I mean, or whatever. Not just Kim or whoever, anybody could really do it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And just to throw out a quick number there, Dan, you were saying 20 million followers on Instagram. I just did a quick check for you. She's actually at 114 million.
Holy fucking stat, man.
Some good
damn.
For there.
Yeah, well.
She just needs $1 from each for $100 million ICO. Yeah, a lot of people could do it. Even McDonald's, a lot of people were sad that they aren't releasing a crypto coin. What they're doing are they're releasing Mac coins, which are tokens in the US. I think maybe 20,000 of them. and you get a free Big Mac just by redeeming it. So
Wait, how does it work? So you buy the token through them,
you
or
buy a
no?
Big Mac and you get a token. I think some of the meals come with
Oh,
tokens, and then it's a Mac coin, and then you give it back for a Big Mac whenever you want, or you can hold on to it as a collectible.
Hold on to it as a collectible and turns into a supersize once the coin value
Yeah,
goes up.
supersize it. Yeah.
there's a lot of companies now that are coming out and supporting big brands like Charlie Lee, founder of Litecoin. He's always in the news, this guy, but he announced, we were talking about on an earlier episode, the HTC phone company. They're doing a blockchain powered phone, and Charlie Lee just came on and endorsed them. He's going to be an advisor on it's called the HTC Exodus. So we'll see what happens with that. It's going to be the first blockchain smartphone, which could be pretty cool. It could bring a lot of mainstream adoption into blockchain technology.
Yeah, I've never heard of a smartphone blockchain network. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, so they're saying HTC indicated that every Exodus device will be a node, and that allows users to create their own identity and their data by having both on their devices as opposed to being on a centralized cloud, which I think that's actually, man, think about all the shit
So
that
like
just
you wouldn't
happened.
be like on Rogers, you would just be on their server, something like that.
No, your data
Or,
is not
okay, your
centralized.
data. Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
it's like all the data breaches with
Yeah,
Facebook and
yeah.
all the shit that went down with, you know, Zuckerberg in Congress for all those days. And I mean,
Hmm.
that would not be a worry. Something else I've been looking at too, because I've been wondering when someone's going to tokenize online poker and come up with a good solution for that. There's a couple competitors, I guess, trying to go into the marketplace, but one of them I've been looking at is Virtue Poker. They're I don't know if Phil Ivey is like an an advisor or what, but he's like their main buzz celebrity, and he's endorsing it. But I looked into it in the white paper, and they're already doing their beta test. They got people in using the server, and if you think about it, like all the shit that happened with Full Tilt Poker, and there was another poker site where they found out they were just cheating, and they could see whole cards. Certain people could see whole cards, and then there was another one where the amount of cash that players held in their wallets
You could
was
see.
less or was more than what the company held in the bank. So they were just
Wow.
Yeah.
inflating their
It's
own.
crazy that you talk about this because honestly, a couple hours ago I just Googled Bitcoin poker. I was trying to look for like I was
Yeah.
just talking with a friend. We were trying to look for the best one, and we started looking at reviews, and then we started ending up looking at PokerStar reviews because we saw Kevin Hart was doing some like commercial for it, and like I wouldn't really trust any of these
Well, if you think about it, this is
online.
so much more legit because the online poker giants, like all of the data is centralized. They control the data, just like Facebook,
Yeah.
just like Amazon has all of these people's credit cards. If you look at a decentralized one, now you're using the currency to deposit into the table, and as soon as you leave the table online, it's back in your wallet. That's your wallet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not on their
Also,
server, and they
if
can't
they were
see your
to,
data. Your cards are being held on
yeah,
the
yeah, that
blockchain.
makes sense. It
It's
makes
not
sense.
centralized.
Also, if they were to maybe like make it open source in a way that you can see that the algorithm isn't cheating people, I don't know if that would hurt the odds against the bank, but we all know that the bank has better odds, so I don't think it would be a problem to show it.
Dude,
And
this
if
is
they,
poker. You're playing other people, bro.
yeah, but you're playing other
There's
people,
no
but you
house.
still get rigged. You know what I mean? Online, there's a lot of like
The,
I read on the dark web there was this I think poker and casino website that got shut down because there's I guess maybe it's a computer or other players that get rigged with better cards and they just wipe. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Maybe I'm just
They
so
have their own
over.
poker pros, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah,
there was
exactly,
like
exactly.
corruption in
Yeah,
that where they could see other players' whole cards.
pocket aces and
Well, they could see what the other player had, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah, which is Yeah.
That's a massive advantage in poker, obviously.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, what else,
Yeah,
boys?
it's
What's
a
going on?
huge
What
industry.
else?
While in Malta, and not in Malta, in Gibraltar, small little area. If you guys have been there, it's tax free, just like Panama. They're paying their soccer players in crypto. So
Wow.
not only are they getting it in Bitcoin, it's tax free in Gibraltar. So they're winning out there. I've never heard of the Gibraltar soccer team, to be honest. So
Yeah,
I'm
I was
not
gonna say
sure
I didn't know. I didn't know they play
if they're
soccer out
making
there.
any money. But another guy, Sergey, a fucking boss, Sergey from Russia. He's a manager
Sergey
at.
from Russia.
You don't say.
I feel like everyone in Russia, their name is Sergey,
Yeah,
and like
I just have
even
to.
the men and the women, like it's like, what's your
Yeah,
name? Oh, my name's Sergey. What's your sister's name? Sergey.
yeah, I know Sergey and Helga, the two fucking. Anyways, he was a manager at a Russian firm. It's called Kiwi. And in 2011, he was using the computers overnight to mine Bitcoin. He mined 500,000 Bitcoins, and he's that at that price, it's currently $4 billion. And the company and him have been in a lawsuit, and he's legally able to keep them because they're weren't able to prove that it was against the law to use those computers to mine the Bitcoin. So he's made himself a billionaire off his company's computers. So
Yeah,
that's
smart.
why I think the
Unused
Sergey is
server
the boss
capacity.
for sure.
Definitely boss move, power move for sure.
Yeah.
Power play, boys.
Bitmain,
Power play.
Bitmain's crushing it in mining. They just did like another round of funding, and then they just announced that they're going to do an overseas IPO. They reported 1 billion in profit, net profit in Q1 of 2018.
1 billion. I think I saw that it was like 10,000% or something.
Yeah,
No, that
too.
was
A whole different.
Bitmain is
Bitmain. Yeah.
reported 1 billion in net profit in Q1.
Wow.
I think what you're thinking of is a hedge fund, maybe.
A hedge fund. Yeah, I saw two hedge funds. One's up 10,000%. The other one's down 134 in the first quarter. And that's crazy that Bitmain's up that much. I'm looking at the report for the crypto hedge fund that lost $134 million. Mike Novogratz or whatever it is, his fund.
Mike Novogratz, yeah, he's a billionaire, no big deal. Yeah,
no big deal.
Yeah, they're doing their
IPO.
I looked at the
Canada.
breakdown, and they got charged $28 million in fees just for like portfolio fees. Like there was a bunch of random shit, but like whoever is managing the portfolio makes that much money regardless if it goes up or down. So it's more of the client's money that's being lost. They probably just bought Bitcoin in December and have been holding it since.
Yeah, it's a bit different. Mike Novogratz's firm is a bank, though. It's not a fund.
They probably got some traders. I think it's
for sure. They're going to be listing on the TSX in Canada pretty soon on Toronto Stock Exchange. So
August 1st.
Yeah.
Wow.
That should be
2 days.
That should be real nice.
Yeah, it's not the best time for him to have to go through all that like scrutiny and auditing and then report, the losses with the huge tumble. But at the end of the day, this will be big news for crypto regardless. I mean, Novogratz is a billionaire, you know what I mean? So
yeah, there's a lot of positivity coming
that's like
this way.
Different fucking level, dude, like billionaire,
No,
so
for sure.
He said
in a couple months it could be up hundreds and hundreds of billions, maybe even trillions of Bitcoin snaps.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who knows? They have a large holdings, and he said he would have waited a year to do it, but I mean, regardless, it's good timing for the market.
Yeah, he said, like, I was just about to go over that quote, actually. He was kind of saying that if he knew what he knew now, he would have waited another year. But then he goes on to say, but I don't think it's a mistake. So when I read that, it's like, where does he really stand? Is he trying to protect himself because he already made the move and he doesn't want people to panic? Or what do you boys think? You guys are resident experts on that.
Well, I think he sold shares. It said he sold shares like in December, so
$5
the
a piece
or
there.
January maybe when the market was like peaking. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
then he wants to preserve the valuation, so he has to IPO at a certain price. You know, to preserve the valuation of the company. So I think he's just a little bit worried about that, and it doesn't look great that he technically took a paper loss of 134 million in Q1, but
Yeah.
it's will be good news for crypto in general. Like just having that shit come out and him go through that whole process, and a billionaire whose intentions are um, to go public on different stock exchanges and go worldwide that's pretty huge.
Yeah,
Do you think
it's a pretty big loss. You can't let it hold you down, though. I think, yeah, it's a bigger picture.
do you think that's going to open it up for more different types of, let's say, firms or different bitcoins or anything like that to hit the trade market or the stock market? Sorry.
Well, I think there's definitely going to be more and more. I mean, the
Yeah,
security tokens is a huge thing right now, and I was reading something on Coinbase. Was it Coinbase who was rolling out their own security token fund or exchange? Sorry, their own exchange
yeah.
for security tokens. So
I think I saw that with JP Morgan's firm as well. They're trying to issue a patent or a platform that they can facilitate and host like security token ICOs. So they'll take a cut out of everything they're hosting it. I think that's where the money is. That's a lot of people, even like Polymath. When's that supposed to be releasing? 2019 or 2020?
Polymath's already out. Their token.
I mean, their platform, like
I'm not sure. Yeah, they're still moving through it. I don't think they have a date yet that they've announced when it's going to come out. Oh, it was Binance that has their own decentralized security exchange. So I'm not sure.
Binance.
Yeah, that's a
I've
Chinese.
never used that. The decentralized exchange itself, but I've used Binance. They've also have, which other exchanges don't, like a marketplace. As a trader, you can, or like a user of Binance, you could just throw up some items and whatnot. There's some like crazy items all around the world that are on the marketplace, and you actually can buy it using Bitcoin. So it's pretty cool. I haven't seen anything like that. Syscoin is like that as well. It's its own marketplace. It's on the blockchain. It runs peer to peer, and you just download it. It's a wallet with the marketplace integrated, so it's pretty cool. And then you can just buy things, and it's decentralized. So it's just you can use obviously their coin, Syscoin. It's pretty cheap right now too. It's its own blockchain. I think it's a great way to buy stuff. Also, I was wanting to pull an ICO for this, but I just didn't have the team. I know how easy that sounds, but Coinbase is offering cryptocurrency gift cards, and I swear I've been saying that for a long time because that's the easiest way for people to buy Bitcoin. And when people are buying crypto, it's not in larger amounts. Most people aren't buying larger amounts, and it's way easier for people just to maybe scratch it on the back or scan it, and it instantly sweeps the coins into their wallets. So Coinbase they're just introducing so many fucking things. Like they're on top of it. There was so much hate against Coinbase, like, oh, don't keep your coins in Coinbase, they're gonna hack you, or like, just so much hate against them. But they're actually making so much moves. I'm respecting Coinbase.
Yeah, they're working with the regulators and the lawmakers,
SEC,
like every step of the way, which is good. I mean, there's a lot of competition though for the payment methods. Like, I don't know if you guys have you probably heard of 10x, right? Wow, the founder, Julian Haas. This guy, by the way, I'm on his Instagram right now. He's an absolute piece of man meat, boy.
Who's this guy?
He's on the juice. Somebody needs to get him tested. I'm just saying. I don't know what he's on here, but it says professional athlete in his bio. Like, so I don't know.
Does it say anything
he's
about
on the
crypto?
Barry Bonds diet or something.
crushing bombs.
Yeah, he's the co-founder of 10x. So he was out in Singapore. But
Julian
boys, I'm
Haas.
just saying, like, look at this. What is that? The fifth picture down. I mean, his biceps are just popping out of the shirt. I don't know. What is this guy doing?
He's juiced up for sure.
Yeah. Just gonna throw that out there. But yeah, the crossover platforms so that you could pay with coin and working through Visa or MasterCard, like that's so difficult to pull off. I mean, there's so much skepticism like with those companies and there was a lot of scams because people just underestimate what it actually takes to work with a big company like that who has to deal with the banks and the banks.
I don't think the big players would let them, like MasterCard and Visa.
No, they won't. They openly said they won't. Them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're just actually. I was going to mention this. MasterCard filed a patent to link fiat and cryptocurrency transactions, and they keep getting denied. I think they went for multiple patents and. It's pretty hard. I don't know what it takes to lock that, but I know, like you said, 10x is trying to do that. There's Tokia as well. I invested in Tokia and I sold them because I don't think this random company is just going to pull something off that MasterCard and Visa are fighting so heavily for. But the CEO lashed out, I think it was on Twitter at Cryptocurrency, saying that it was just a piece of junk. Because it's probably very frustrating to keep sending patents. It's probably very expensive too. They're probably getting milked. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, for sure. That sounds like when Jamie Dimon said, Bitcoin's a scam, and then he's like calling his boys like in the break, being like, "Yo, what price do we get it at?
250 patent later. Yeah, and 1,000 Bitcoins later.
Yeah, that's it. But we can't really go.
Like, if we had that money, maybe we'd be doing the same shit. But we're just normal fucking people.
Yeah, bank money is a different level than entrepreneur money. That's like unlimited money, unlimited credit, unlimited resources.
This exchange opened up DCEX. It's the first XRP exchange to open up to use exclusively XRP. So they don't use Bitcoin pairs. And I wanted to mention this because people are still talking about the dominance of Bitcoin. It's almost around 50% now. And I think we're going to see it maybe at an all-time high. I don't know what the record high is for Bitcoin dominance, but once we push closer to the ETFs and more of them get approved and there's so much great news and we get back into the bull market, I could see us in 70%, maybe high 70%. But I saw some people on Reddit saying that this is the year that Bitcoin's going to be overthrown. I think the only way for that to happen is for exchanges like these to come out and only have an XRP, or like if it was XRP or Ethereum to take over Bitcoin, it would only have that currency pair. So it takes a ton of volume and a ton of these websites to overthrow just Bitcoin. And I don't think you'll see Bitcoin coming down in dominance for the next couple months, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I think Bitcoin it's the shit right now. If you don't have it, start buying some.
I'm glad you mentioned the ETFs because the Winklevoss's ETF was actually denied. So again, by the SEC. And then there's another ETF coming up pretty soon, I think in the next couple weeks in the beginning of August.
One got delayed to September. I think there's like a couple. The Twins has got denied, and it was a pretty big one. I think we saw like a decrease in price as soon as that was up. I thought maybe we were going to come down a little bit. But, Bitcoin's chilling. I think it's sitting on the support. I just want to see a push from here. I want to, like I said, everybody kind of gets out of their depressing states when Bitcoin moves up. Like everybody start posting more in the Discord, into the groups. I get more crypto messages. The price really affects a lot of people.
Yeah, well, it's tough to not let it affect you when you're holding such a significant amount of crypto. But, what's going on with your mic?
That's not my
Somebody's in the
mic.
mic. Kraser, take it easy over there,
Yo,
buddy.
yo, I'm not doing anything. I'm good. I'm listening. I'm
Okay.
listening, boys.
Shit, man.
Maybe it's a ghost.
But there is a new poll that came out. I mean, it's kind of scary, actually, if you think about it. Showed that only 2% of U.S. investors, 2% of U.S. investors own Bitcoin, but 26% are very interested. So I think this is going to be a big tipping point year for Bitcoin still. Like, we have a lot of qualified people who are still predicting, huge Bitcoin numbers,
Oh, like $1 million. I got an email
yeah.
from McAfee still stating $1 million Bitcoins. And like it sounds like so crazy, so up there, but
I think
I
I would be
yeah.
more realistic than that. Like, the one that I saw most recently is this guy Mark Yesko. He's a fund manager. He's been in finance for a long time, and he's going with 500K in 6 years. And he's made that
So
prediction
half. I think I saw
repeatedly
that.
for a while. He's saying 200K by 2022, which I think is what McAfee has, 1 million, right, by 2022.
He has $1 million by 2020, or he'll
Oh
eat his,
fuck.
or
Yeah.
he'll cut off his penis and he'll eat it.
Yeah.
That's what he has a bet with the Twitter and crypto world. So, I don't
We're
know
gonna
if
have
he
to
would
start a
opt out of that.
GoFundMe for him, boys. Like, he's gonna, because he's gonna have
Yeah,
to surgically reattach that.
honestly, he has the money, so I don't think we need to support him. He
Yeah,
has
he's
the
got
money.
some good ICO tokens held up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's so easier for people to get into crypto right now. So, Bittrex, my favorite exchange, they've enabled USD instead of USDT, so you can trade and you can fund now your Bittrex with cash, and you can connect it to a bank account. So it's easier for people to now get into exchanges. The securities, up a level. There's still a bunch of scams.
Yeah.
I think that
Most of the markets saw a pretty big loss, but Bitcoin's holding above 8K, which is pretty good news. That's good for. It had a little. I mean, it's pumping, it's dumping. There was a pump today. There was a dump today. There was another
yeah,
pump today. So it's getting a little bit more of like what we like to see, for a
yeah,
nice
yeah. Volume's
bounce.
coming in and out. It's coming in and out.
Yeah, it stayed pretty steady over the weekend. So it went a little bit below 8K, but now it's back over 8K, and went below 8K again today, came back up. So we'll see what happens from here. It's Ether's taking a real beating, though.
Yeah, I looked at Ether and Bitcoin Cash, both of them honestly. I like I said, I recommend Bitcoin for the noobs who don't even have any cryptos or just are starting to accumulate. But if you want to diversify and open up your portfolio, I would never turn down Ethereum or Bitcoin Cash. I think Bitcoin Cash like jumps impulsively and it goes super crazy, and you don't want to miss that pump. It actually fell. I was watching it. It fell below P1 of a Bitcoin, so one Bitcoin will get you 10 of them. In this price range, it's a pretty good steal if you're looking at the chart. If you know any technical analysis, or if you're just fucking winging it, whatever it is, it's a good time to accumulate. Even Ethereum, I think that it's going to come down a little bit more, but you know. We were talking about predictions. There was some fucking ludicrous Ethereum predictions like 20K, 25, 30K, even 50K. And it's so cheap right now. Nobody's even talking about Ethereum. I don't even
Yeah.
know what ICOs are going on right now. I think
There's a couple going on. There's one cool one. They're doing like a decentralized ecosystem for energy, for
okay.
renewable energy. But man, there's just, I mean, I feel like it's just a terrible time to do an ICO. You don't even hear about any of these ones being privately funded. Like, there's nobody's really launching their ICO right now who's doing a big raise. I mean, you haven't heard anything like that recently.
Yeah, I vowed no more ICOs until we turn around, or if I have a super crazy deal. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
If I
definitely.
got the
Got so
ins.
much ether out for ICOs right now as it is. Like, I'm not putting into any more ICOs with the current
Yeah.
market state.
most of my ICOs, they're not even on exchanges, and like you said, some of them are I don't even have possession of. I'm still waiting for the coins, or we're splitting them up, or God knows where those coins are. So they're not worth anything, to be honest, probably right now, but we'll see in a year or two if I bought a shitcoin or not.
Yep, that's it. All right, well, let's wrap things up here, boys.
Do you remember the coin we did last week? Did we do a coin of the week last week?
I don't
Or did we
remember
skip
if
that?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we
that
did. We didn't do a coin of the week last week.
Okay, I know I spoke about Tron a little bit in some of the episodes, and like I've been fanning about it, so I kind of have a boner for it because they've moved to their own blockchain, and they're now hosting ICOs. And let me give you guys like an image for I think one Ethereum back when Ethereum was like coming out newborn and whatnot. Holding Ethereum in your wallet, you can get other coins. You'd get Ethereum and you'd get like other coins. One of the airdrops was OMG. I think you got 20 OMG for one Ethereum in your wallet. And if you had 1,000 Ethereum, that's 20,000 OMG, and OMG hit like $10. So that's like free. That's like a lot of money for people. So Tron moved to their own blockchain, and they're so cheap right now, and they're introducing a lot of coins are hopping on their platform. So just by holding Tron on your wallet, you get free Tron, and you get other coins. I've seen maybe 5 different coins drop into the wallet in one day. So these coins are like in the early stages, and they're just kind of evolving on the Tron network. In a year or 2 or 3 years, they can be worth a heck of a lot. Tron's only 3 cents. Maybe it got cheaper because everything's fucking taking a dump. Maybe it's 2 cents right now. I could see it go back to all-time high. It definitely will go back with the market, which is 25 cents. So just there itself is pretty good gains, and what you accumulate in the wallet is all profit. So don't slack. Buy a little Tron. It's 2 cents. Throw $10 at it. You'll get maybe a couple hundred Tron or whatnot, and just start building your portfolio. So
yeah, accumulate free.
I even bought a Tron shirt, to be honest.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna make a video with it. I got some gear, some crypto gear, because I thought, I'm gonna start making my videos with some crypto gear.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's it, boys. Kraser, thanks for hopping on again. Wowzy. See you in the next episode.
Thanks for the hello.
And thank you, friends, for listening to the podcast. And thank you to our sponsor. This episode was brought to you by BitMEX. BitMEX is a cryptocurrency derivatives trading platform. It's the easiest way to margin trade, whether you're from America, China, Russia, UK, Canada, or pretty much wherever. Up to 100 times leverage. You can trade without expiry dates. Their security's on point, boys. It's Bitcoin's most advanced trading platform, and sign up takes less than 30 seconds. So hop in the show notes section for the link to sign up so you can start trading in minutes. And deposits only take one confirmation, so you're good to go. Just hop in the show notes section, create your account today when you click on the link for BitMEX. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next week.